Hey, everybody, and happy Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas to you all. Very excited. We got football on Christmas Day on Netflix. Let's go. Steelers, Kansas City, Baltimore at Houston. It's going to be exciting. All on Netflix with Beyonce. Woo! Excited. Got to get my picks out earlier than ever. Here we go. I went 11 and 5. That's what I'm talking about. Those are results. That's what I'm talking about. Pumped. Hopefully I can do better, as I always say every week. Here we go. Here's my picks. To start it all off, I'm going to pick Pittsburgh to beat Kansas City in Pittsburgh. I don't care if Pat Mahomes is playing or not. Pittsburgh is going to come out on top. Let's go. Steel Curtain's going to rise up and win the game. Kansas City had a little tough time with Houston and then put them to bed in the second half. I think Pittsburgh will have a closer game than Houston did, and I'm rooting for Pittsburgh to win it, and I'm also thinking Pittsburgh's going to win it. Let's go. Russell Wilson's going to cook. Maybe George Pickens plays. Maybe. Even if he doesn't, Pittsburgh should come out on top. But I do want to say Marquise Brown looking good after coming off injured reserve. That's a scary thing for the Chiefs as the playoffs are about to start. Now moving on, the second game on Christmas Day, we got Baltimore at Houston. I'm picking Baltimore. I'm picking both AFC North teams to win the day on Netflix to start out their debuts on Netflix. Let's go. Lamar Jackson is trying to chase the MVP award with Josh Allen. Josh Allen had a slow game on against the New England Patriots. We'll see how that turns out. Will Saquon break the record? And have an asterisk because it'll be an 18-game season. Let's see how it all goes. I mean, a 17-game season in an 18-week period because of bye weeks. So we'll see how that all turns out. I'm excited to see the results and who's going to win the MVP award. But look for Baltimore to dominate Houston as Houston got destroyed by Kansas City. I believe Baltimore will do the same. Houston's just trying to coast because they got the division on lock. So, I mean, they're not even – it's like they're just coasting right now. I don't have faith in them, honestly, as each game goes on. I picked them to beat Kansas City, and they let me down. So, I'm moving on. Then, on Thursday Night Football on Amazon, that still continues. Not as great as the last two Thursday games, but we have Seattle at Chicago. I'm picking Seattle to win this. If they lose this, it's over. They will not make it to the playoffs. They have to win this game. They have more right to win this game than Chicago. They have better talented team than Chicago. They need and should win this game. They might have so much pressure that they just collapse, but I'm rooting for Geno Smith. This is his hoorah. This is like they need to win this game. Picking Seattle to win. Chicago is a mess, especially after seeing how they played against the Lions. Seattle should win this game. Now moving on, we got the Los Angeles Chargers. We got a bunch of Saturday games, which I totally forgot about. Saturday, woo! Pump. We got so many days of football. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Let's go. Exciting times. But all the Saturday games are kind of, we'll see how they turn out. Chargers at New England, picking the Chargers to win. New England gave Buffalo a fight for their money, but the Chargers should come out on top. I believe in Jim Harbaugh, and they have more on line to try to make the playoffs, especially that win over Denver. Let's go, Chargers. Then moving on, we have Denver at Cincinnati. I'm picking Cincinnati and Joe Burrow to win, who's also trying to get a bid for MVP, and he might if they make the playoffs. He's definitely in the conversation for MVP, which is crazy, and it's amazing to see. I mean, I love Denver Broncos and the rookie Bo Nix and Sean Payton, but they're probably going to lose this game to Cincinnati. Cincinnati is on a tear right now, and their defense is getting better and better by the week. They're shaping up. They're doing what needs to be done to get better to be a playoff team. Then for the last Saturday game, we have Arizona at Rams. It was supposed to be way better because Arizona was supposed to beat Carolina, but Carolina beat them in overtime. So Cardinals' playoff hopes are destroyed. Rams are alive. Rams need to win it. I mean, Cardinals could play upset in this key division game to play spoiler, but I don't think they have the heart to win this game. And I feel bad saying it because Trey McBride has all the heart that you could believe in a football player to play. Picking Matthew Stafford and the Rams to win this game. And yeah, we'll see how all that goes. Now, for Sunday slated games, we have a division game to start all off. The New York Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills, a battle for New York. The Buffalo Bills should win this game, and hopefully easily, not like the struggles they had against the Patriots. I can't find a reason why the Jets would win. Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams are probably going to have a touchdown in the repertoire, but that's all they can generate. Other than that, the Jets are probably going to fold, especially if Quinn Williams been hurt. Key defensive cog on there, who has all the effort to play for. The Buffalo Bills are going to win this game. Then moving on, we have another division game, Tennessee at Jacksonville Jaguars, to fight for a top draft pick. Let's see what happens. Las Vegas beat the Chargers. I'm going to pick Tennessee to beat Jacksonville Jaguars. Tennessee is going to beat Jacksonville as Jacksonville lost to the Las Vegas Raiders. And yeah, let's see how this all turns out. But Tennessee's probably going to win. I don't know why any one of these teams would want to win this game other than their paychecks, which is always on the line. Then moving on, we have Green Bay at Minnesota. Woo, this is the game. This is the game of the week to set the tone for the NFC North. I am rooting for Green Bay to beat the Minnesota Vikings so that the game is not as crucial in Week 18 when Minnesota has to play the Detroit Lions. I'm rooting for Green Bay. I believe Green Bay will win. And yeah, they should come out on top. Look for Josh Jacobs to have a tear on that one. Look for the Green Bay's defense to actually give Minnesota a fight for the money compared to previous teams Minnesota has played. Then moving on, we have Las Vegas at New Orleans. I'm picking New Orleans to win. They've been fighting. I don't know why. They've been putting up a fight, but Spencer Rattler at the helm. He's trying to prove that he's definitely a starter in this league. So I'm picking the Saints to win, even though Las Vegas came off a win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then moving on, we had the Indianapolis Colts taking on the New York Giants. That was a big game that they won against Tennessee. It shouldn't have been. They were dominating the first half, and then the second half they had let Tennessee catch up on them. But Indianapolis still won the game. I believe Indianapolis will destroy the Giants, just like the Giants got destroyed by the Atlanta Falcons, to continue on as the Giants are trying to seal that number 1 overall pick. Then moving on, we have a interesting division game. Carolina Panthers at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay had their loss on Sunday Night Football to the Dallas Cowboys. Now the Atlanta Falcons are ahead for the division to win the division as they're both tied. I'm picking Carolina to play spoiler and win. Just like they spoiled the Cardinals season, they're looking to be a spoiler to everyone's season. They're going to spoil the Tampa Bay Bucs season. I don't believe in the Bucs sealing the deal and getting to the division winners of their division. Carolina picking you. Let's go, Bryce Young. Then moving on to 4 o'clock slated games, we have Miami at Cleveland. Miami's got to win it. It's going to be super cold in Cleveland, and they don't usually do good in that. But they got to win this to have their playoff hopes alive. They have all the fight they need. Jonnu Smith is probably going to have a big game. David Njoku is probably going to have a big game as he played for the University of Miami. I'm picking Miami Dolphins. Like I said, they got to and they should win this game. Tua, you got to prove to your teammates you're worth the money. You got to. I don't care who's out on your offense. You need to. And feed David Etienne the ball. Give him the ball, and we'll see how magic works right there. Lucky you have that type of stud on your team with that bad of an offensive line. Moving on, we have the Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles in a division game. I'm picking the Cowboys to be spoiler to the Eagles, as the Eagles just came off a loss to the Commanders on Sunday. I think the Cowboys are going to win this. They spoiled the Bucs, not fully, but they gave it more chance for the Bucs to have a ruined season. I think they're going to. They've been on an offensive tear, and the defense been stepping up. Their whole secondary won that game against the Tampa Bay Bucs. So I'm picking the Cowboys to win this game. Then moving on to Sunday Night Football, we got the 2 rookies going at it: Michael Penix Jr. and Jaden Daniels. Woo! Let's go. That's what you want to see on Sunday Night Football. Both playoff hopes, they're fighting for what they can. I'm picking Atlanta to win. Atlanta wins, they have a closer shot at winning this division. Get that rookie into the playoffs. Let's see what he's got. Washington, they're fighting just to be in the wild card and get as many wins as they can, just like the Green Bay Packers are doing so, because obviously either the Minnesota Vikings or the Lions will seal one wild card spot. So you're trying to have a 10-win season to be in, which is crazy. That's how tough the NFC is. And they're probably going to be actually a bunch of 11 win teams in the wild card. It's going to be stacked. Let's go. So I'm picking Atlanta to win, even though Washington had an impressive win against Philadelphia. I think Atlanta has rejuvenized that defense. Against the Giants, but the defense had 2 touchdowns for it to go. And Michael Penix only threw 1 interception, and that was to Kyle Pitts, who he'll learn not to throw to Kyle Pitts, who's a letdown, a former Florida Gator, poor guy. Now moving on, as I said, Atlanta Falcons, let's go. Then Monday Night Football, we got the Detroit Lions taking on the San Francisco 49ers as their season is over. Miami Dolphins sealed the coffin on that, and we're going to seal it even more. Let's go Lions as we're trying to compete for that number 1 seed to get that bye. Let's go. We have so many injuries. It would be a plus for us, a huge plus. We need it more than any team needs it. We have the most injuries in the whole NFL. We're tied actually with the Raiders in terms of starters with 33% of the team on injured reserve. Whew. Let's go Lions. Lions are going to dominate. I don't see why the San Francisco 49ers would even try to win. They should try to be healthy and try to get themselves right for next year. They have so much wear and tear for going back-to-back multiple Super Bowls. They've done what they can with the team they have. They have too many injuries. But we have too many injuries is that we win games. That's what we do. That's what happens when you have Dan Campbell as your head coach. Let's go. Picking the Lions. Let's roll. Woo. But yeah, that is my Week 17 NFL game picks. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm your host, David, and part of the David Sports Convo. Thanks again. See you all next week, and I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah as it starts off, and a Happy Kwanzaa. Thank you all again for tuning in. So excited for this week of football. This is what football is all about. Everything leads up to now. Let's go. Woo!